Okay, no more words at this time to recognize that we were superior, that we put that energy and outplay them, but that's not enough, obviously. And in this industry, we need to win games. And you win games scoring goals, and that's not happening. So we feel for our fans and this frustration of not winning at home, especially, and not being able to concrete the games that we should. Now we need to have a deeper analysis that you all witness on the pitch and from there in the front you sit. But once again, that's not enough at this point. We need to win games, and that's not happening.
Michael?
Oscar, thanks for your time. You guys come back, tie the game on a nicely worked goal. It seemed like momentum was with you. You, as you said, you were creating chances. And then LAFC just killed you on the counterattack late. Was it just too much speed? What was going on with the counterattack late?
I can tell you after I review it, because I see it in the field. And my first impression was that we didn't have enough numbers to control the counter. But it wasn't like that. I thought we have enough numbers and we have enough people to control that play. They were faster than us in that position. And once again, happens that when you control in the game and then you tie it and we start creating the chances, this happen. So we need to correct it tactically also. You may want to have an extra player that can sweep them up, and at that point I thought the players we knew that we needed to take the responsibility to push. That's what we need to do at home, and trying to look for that goal can give us a win, and then those two plays came, especially the second goal.
Go to Austin.
Oscar, over the last 3 games, this team has combined for 4 shots on target. What needs to change offensively for this team to kind of find their rhythm offensively and to find those shots on target?
Right. Yeah. Well, the metrics, as you know, in these times when you have those metrics and you see it, the first thing that we think is we can analyze and whether justified or find answers through the metrics. But I think it goes beyond that. Yeah, we have actions to score, that we have possibilities, but we're not being precise and taking a good timing to take a shot. We want to do an extra pass. What I can tell you, and this is something where I, as a coach, want to stand up and put my chest in front, is that this group, they all week we're working on that part, and it's not happening. It's not happening. And as I said, I'm here. I need to coach them. I need to guide them. I need to provide possibilities, and I want to review it again. But it is not me, the coach, that come here to blame on them. Especially when I see that group fighting the way they fought today.
Go to the back left to Javier and then to Chris.
Javier García, buenas noches. Florida National News, Noticias en Español, ¿cómo está? Mi pregunta es la siguiente. Quiero remontarme un poquito al último juego que también perdimos después de un penalti. Cambió la dinámica muy drásticamente después del penalti. ¿Qué se aprendió? Y esa enseñanza, ¿cómo la están usando o están aplicándola después de estos 2 últimos penaltis para los juegos que se han jugado y para el futuro? Gracias.
Bueno, gracias. Sí, buena pregunta. Lo que pasa es que penalti hay que meterla, ¿no? Y no podemos señalar hoy a un jugador que no ha fallado ni un penal con nosotros, Facu. Y por eso lo banco y por eso lo respaldo a muerte, porque no es simplemente que él decida o nosotros decidamos que él tire el penal, es que lo trabajamos mucho. Y hoy lo tiramos afuera. Pasan en los juegos y hoy, desafortunadamente, en esta situación donde necesitábamos que no pasara, vuelve y pasa. Pero, de nuevo, muchachos, yo trato de encontrar las respuestas adentro desde mi silla, especialmente cuando veo un equipo que lucha, que mete. Eso está pasando. Bueno, ya tendremos que asumir nuestra responsabilidad también desde el banco, ¿no? Nosotros, el entrenador, y mirar a ver qué podemos hacer.
Chris and then to Mike.
Hi, Oscar. Thank you for taking my question. It just seems like there was a difference in the energy between the first half and the second half. The guys seemed a lot more sure in the first half. Second half, like you said, they were errant passes, extra passes that didn't go through. It looked like LAFC was more on the attack, on the ball in the second half. Can you talk about that a little bit?
In the overall game, when I see on our note and the reviewings, but most importantly is that sensation that I can talk about at this moment without not watching the game. I thought we have the initiative all the time, in first half and second half. You're right, second half we had an extra touch. I thought LA was defending with 8 players at least, the majority of the time. We knew that they have fast players as well, but we were controlling them until we tied the game. the first half, they have some initiative for some moments, but we control it. The PK came and seems like a sore loser talking, but I didn't see PK. I reviewed it, and no, that's not what we're going to discuss now. But that needs to be considered too. And but you're right. It was moments, especially in the second half. We were waiting to take a shot, and we're taking one more pass, and we desperately just get in that moment where we were losing confidence against, and that's what the coach come. I need to help him somehow.
Well, Mike, and then wrap up with Marco.
You mentioned the team has to do a deeper analysis following the result that you guys had today. Obviously, performance separate, but with this deeper analysis, I asked you this question probably several weeks ago. But going into the summer, does this mean that the club has to go into the summer transfer market and perhaps find the answer there, or are you confident that this group can turn things around going into the second half of the season?
Normal in these cases when the things are not coming along and you're not getting results. Just looking for players in the window is common and normal. I need to say it also that the support that we have had from the ownership and the club this year has been very good, and things are not happening. I cannot blame on that, and desperately just start asking for players and spending money. I think I need to have the responsibility to make this work because we have good players, and we have a good group of players, and that I'm fearless. I don't have fear to say it, But if we need to do it, we do it. But I don't think that's the problem. I don't see that the problem. And say sometimes for us as a coaches, it's kind of the way to escape away from our responsibility, and this is not the case. The support is here from our ownership, and the club has been good.
They scored more than we did. We had a couple poor defensive mistakes there at the end. It cost us. They finished in the counter. I feel like we had a lot of chances, opportunities to shoot the ball, score. It's hard to win games when you're only putting the ball in the back of the net, once a game. So we gotta work better as a team, be more solid defensively, and then better in the attacking third as well.
Thank you. We'll go to Austin.
Mason, just your first game playing in a couple months now. Just kind of how were you feeling out there?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt like I was reading the game well. Seeing through balls well, seeing plays happen, communicating well. Position was good. Like you said, it's been a couple months, but I felt I did well. It's just unfortunate we got a couple breakaways there at the end and a penalty. But like I said, we got to work better as a team and figure out ways to get better defensively and attacking.
Go to Mike and then Michael.
Mason, obviously it's a big responsibility because we're going to be probably seeing you more often in the coming weeks with Pedro out in Copa. How are you kind of preparing for that type of role to obviously, the team's in a bad form right now, but to jump in there and try to see how the team can kind of break out of that rut that you guys are in? How are you kind of taking that responsibility right now?
Yeah, I prepare every single day of the year, no matter what position I'm in, to start every game. So I'm always ready.
Michael?
Mason, the team just won 5-3 at home this year. I don't know if that's something you guys talk about, but is that something that gets heavier on your minds the longer this kind of thing goes on?
Yeah, obviously you want to win for the fans at home because they're very loyal to us, very supportive. But at the end of the day, every game, whether it's a home or away, is worth 3 points, and we need to pick up a lot of points going into the second half of the season to turn things around and make a good playoff push and get into the postseason. So we'll take points no matter if they're home, away, wherever. So.
Bueno, creo que es un momento difícil para hablar sobre el partido, más que nada como se dio el resultado. Pienso que hicimos un gran partido, mucho más el primer tiempo, pero bueno, esos detalles nos terminamos pagando caro y terminamos perdiendo el partido, que en definitiva los partidos se ganan por detalle. Y bueno, hoy desgraciadamente el resultado fue en contra.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult moment to talk about this game, especially given the result. I think overall, though, we had we played a great game, especially in the first half, and then in the second half, those details escaped us and proved to be costly and expensive. But more than anything, this is a game that relies on those details. So it's a tough moment for us. We'll go to Michael Citra.
Martin, can you just talk us through what you saw on the goal, that play between you and Luis Muriel, and how it felt to finally see one go in a league game this year?
Martín, si puede describir tu gol y qué miraste y tus sentimientos de marcar en la liga esta noche.
Bueno, era algo que venía trabajando, de empezar a conocer un poco más a mis compañeros, justo bueno, a Lucho, que fue uno de los últimos que llegó al club, que se incorporó con nosotros y hemos charlado con él y otros compañeros más para poder ingresar por adentro, ¿no? No terminar tanto por afuera, por las bandas y bueno, en el momento que recibí la pelota lo vi solo y cuando se la di sé que Lucho tiene un gran pie y pasó lo que tenía pensado, por eso fui al espacio y él bueno, me la picó y pude hacer el gol, que bueno, por dentro era una alegría enorme, encima habíamos empatado el partido y poder hacer el gol fue emocionante. Lastimosamente no sirvió para ganar el partido y bueno, esto es así, esto es fútbol, hay que seguir y hay que seguir intentando.
Yeah, you know, it was a great feeling. Obviously, Luis is the last player to have arrived at the club, so you know, getting to know him and his play style. You know, we've talked with him, he's talked with us, and he's just become another one of our teammates. So we always try to find him, whether he's floating out to the wing or in the center, and just trying to find him and find ways to play with him. Obviously, he's got a great skill, and he had a great touch on the ball, and he put it right to the space where I was thinking, and I was able to finish it off, thankfully. So to be able to score that goal was, you know, I was just really happy, especially in that moment that we had tied the game and we had put ourselves in a position where we could go and win the game. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way in the rest of the game, but that's what happens. We'll go to Austin David.
Martin, team had 19 shots in this game, but only one on target, which ended up being your goal. What was LAFC doing that kind of hindered the offense from this game, and how do you feel that can improve into the next game?
El equipo tuvo 19 tiros, pero solo tu gol fue en la marca. ¿Qué hizo LAFC durante este partido para costar ustedes?
Bueno, ahí está la respuesta que te di a lo primero, los detalles, ¿no? Porque los detalles de cada partido, porque como te dije recién, sentimos que hicimos un gran partido, mucho más el primer tiempo, pero esos detalles de poder que la pelota vaya al arco o algún rebote, algo que se meta, estamos en esa también, estamos en esa de que la pelota roza y se va para afuera o sale para el otro lado y no va para el arco, pero bueno, hay que seguir intentando, hay que seguir corrigiendo eso para que las pelotas terminen más dentro del arco y creemos más situaciones claras, ¿no? Pero bueno, vamos a seguir trabajando y vamos a seguir para adelante.
Yeah, you know, I think first and foremost, right, it's what I said in the beginning, right? It's the details. It's those details of each individual game that create those situations. You know, we feel that we were in those moments, we were creating those chances, but sometimes like those details of making sure that the ball is finding its way onto net. You know, sometimes you just find yourself on the other side of it where it's going one way or the other, and you just have to continue working. You have to continue trying and taking those shots. Continue to fix those things as well and to put yourself in more clear chances to score. But that's just what you have to do. You have to continue pushing, working, and just trying to get it going. We'll go to Luis Carlos Pineda.
Hola Martín, muy buenas noches. Quería preguntarte cuáles fueron las indicaciones de Oscar, sobre todo cuando entraste muy vehemente, metiste el gol. ¿Qué fue lo que te dijo? Y al final, ese un poco desacierto al final de los 2 goles que metió Los Ángeles, ¿en qué se puede mejorar? Muchísimas gracias.
Bueno, Oscar normalmente me habla sobre el juego y sobre el espacio que deja el equipo, más que nada lo que dejaba el primer tiempo y lo que dejaba en el arranque del segundo. Dejaba mucho espacio por el lado derecho para poder terminar la jugada con un remate. Justo se me dio la jugada del gol para meterme por adentro y buscar un pase por adentro, no con remate, pero bueno, la idea era esa.
Yeah, Oscar typically talks to me about how the game's going, right? The spaces that he's seeing that he wants me to run into, the spaces that they had in the first half, and especially the spaces that they were now leaving open in the second half, and trying to find those spaces and work myself into there. He was telling me that there was space in the center, not necessarily in the way that we were able to find it, but there was space in the center, and to try and get into those spaces and really kind of exploit that. We'll go to Alonso Contreras on Zoom.
Hola Martín, buenas noches.
Hola Martín, buenas noches. ¿Me escuchas?
Sí.
O sea, un partido difícil. Bueno, haces un gol, pero en realidad cuando el equipo necesitaba o estaba cerca de convertir el segundo gol, ¿qué crees que pasó ahí? Que hubo los descuidos donde metieron el segundo, el tercero y estuvo casi cerca de levantar el cuarto gol. ¿Qué crees que, a pesar de todos los disparos al arco, qué tiene que mejorar el equipo para ser más letal en el último tercio del campo?
Bueno, lo primero es eso, de las 19 situaciones de gol, poder rematar más al arco y crear más situaciones claras y poder hacer más goles, ¿no? Para poder jugar más tranquilos y seguir intentando. Después, bueno, son cosas para corregir. En el grupo somos autocríticos dentro del vestuario, sabemos lo que tenemos para corregir, puertas adentro y cada uno sabe lo que tiene que mejorar y bueno, para que el equipo funcione. Yo en lo personal, obvio, soy autocrítico y sé que tengo que seguir ayudando al equipo, haciendo más goles o otra cosa y bueno, cada uno sabe lo que tiene que hacer. Lo único que tengo para decir es que banco a morir a mis compañeros y al cuerpo técnico, que sé que vamos a seguir corrigiendo estos detalles y vamos a fin de temporada vamos a tener una alegría enorme.
Yeah, like I said, we had 19 shots, but we have to continue making sure that trying to put those shots on goal and put ourselves in clearer chances to be able to finish and to create those goals more. But I think it's something. Those are things that we know that we have to continue fixing. We have to continue trying and making sure that we're improving on. And that's something that we talk about in the locker room. We're our biggest self-critics in everything that we do, and trying to make sure that we're having a better season. Personally as well, I'm my biggest self-critic, and making sure that I'm fixing the things and trying to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to help the team, to help my teammates, and to push forward, whether that's from the bench as it has been for a few games, or whether that's starting, just doing everything I can to put myself and my teammates in better positions. And that's what we do. That's what we continue to talk about. That's life, and each person on this team knows what they have to do to continue working. Go right here, and then good.
Hola Martín, buenas noches. ¿Tú crees que esos detalles están afectando al equipo en lo anímico? Es que empatas el partido y inmediatamente les hacen el segundo gol. ¿Crees que está afectando al equipo que esas desconcentraciones les jueguen en contra inmediatamente remontan el partido?
Obvio. Pienso que sí, que bueno, uno cuando hace un gran primer tiempo, el penal de Facu, que desgraciadamente no pudo entrar. Y después, bueno, ellos tienen el penal. Te vuelvo a repetir, hicimos un gran primer tiempo y ese detalle terminamos yendo al entretiempo perdiendo el partido. Confío mucho, como te dije recién, confío mucho en mi compañero, confío mucho en que somos un grupo muy fuerte, que podemos salir adelante de esta situación. Tengo mucha fe en el equipo, en el cuerpo técnico, que podemos llegar a grandes distancias, pero bueno, seguir corrigiendo, seguir insistiendo y seguir dándole para adelante, que de eso se trata el fútbol, la vida, de que cuando las cosas no salen bien, seguir insistiendo y esa es la manera.
Yeah, of course. I think we're in those situations where we're playing well in the first half, then Facu gets that penalty, but he wasn't able to put it in the net, and then shortly after that, you've got a penalty going against us, and after we felt like we had played a great first half, we're now going into the halftime break down and losing the game. But those are things that happen, right? That's how life treats you. That's football. But we have to just continue picking our heads up, working within this group. I trust in my teammates. I trust in myself. I trust in the coaching staff. I have a lot of faith in this team that we just continue working, so that way we can push ourselves forward and keep taking those steps.